All right. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim Model, who pushing his word with truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And this is a couple of brothers back from the Great Millstone Houston camp. I'm the brother Kura Abad. And as always, we got the beloved Elder Tazapah as well. And the Wadi Al Bashim Al Shai for blessing us with another opportunity to come do a Thursday live in which we bring forth, the news, things that's going on that may be happening, whether it's weather, wars, rumors of wars, the digital system, whatever it may be, whatever going on according to prophecy, that the Lord put on our spirit, Lord willing, we touch on. But if not, you have other men, within the body who constantly are warning about these things, which further show who the Lord willing, who the true prophets are. But before we hop into it, I'll just tell the pod, if you have anything, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'd like to kick it off here. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right. And the third woe is in reference to this third world conflict that's being presented on the world stage. All right. And that's the order of the day right now. We're in the season of this third woe. And if you may have heard me say we're in judgment season. Well, one of the Most High's favorite ways of bringing judgment is by war. All right. And you can read about that when King David numbered Israel, and the Most High gave him three options. And I believe it was 3 years of famine, 3 months of being pursued by your enemies, which is war, or 3 days of, an angel coming through killing the Israelites. All right. Because King David numbered Israel. All right. So, yeah, one of the ways the Most High judges is by way of warfare, and we're in judgment season. So you gonna see this third war, and it will come quickly. All right, right in line with our Lord coming as a thief in the night. This third war is gonna catch a lot of people slipping as well. It's coming quickly. All right, but yeah, and that's just all the talk, man. Everybody that's in the know is talking about what's going on in the Middle East. As well as Ukraine. But you hear now, this is in the mainstream. This used to didn't be mainstream. All right. Now, when you heard, and that was a part of a ritual, when you heard Trump go at Zelensky, he told him, he said, look here, you're gambling with millions of people's lives. You're
Mm-hmm.
gambling with World War III. All right. It's coming from your head of state. He's saying it. And like I say, everybody in the know. I believe Colonel Douglas McGregor, he's saying that the potential is there. They're speaking on the potential. Jimmy Dore, he mentions it, or Dore, shit, Scott Ritter, as well as Judge Napolitano, Gerald Salente, all these guys that, who pay attention, they see what it is.
Right.
And you got our people, man, they worry about, what they gonna do this summer. They getting ready to turn up. It's
Right.
gonna be another hot girl summer, and all this old silly ass shit that we, you know, concern ourselves with. That's vain. The vanity of our people. We are a no people, and I'm speaking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans predominantly. All right, the children of Israel. But yeah, brother, you go ahead and let's get it kicked off. You
Come.
had something?
Nah, we can get into it. I was just telling them, hey, the links in the description.
Come, all right.
But yeah, we can go hop into it. So we'll start with, as they say, honorable mentions before we get into the World War III, because we got some good videos we'll play here in a few. But so this first one comes from thepeoplesvoice.com, right? Which this was published March 18th, 2025. What, 2 days ago? And it says, and this just to hit on the point of why Esau need to be taken out of power. It says, and if brother want to put that scripture, destroy him who destroyed the earth. Now, Esau been making a fuss about climate change and global warming and the what they say, the icebergs melting, all this, but watch what he doing. It says the climate elite are bulldozing protected Amazon rainforest for this reason, for a 4-lane highway to the global warming summit. So it says right here, in a jaw-dropping display of eco-hypocrisy, the climate elite are bulldozing a 4-lane highway. Bulldozing a 4-lane highway is through tens of thousands of acres of protected Amazon rainforest, all to pave the way for the COP30 climate summit in Belém, Brazil. Let's see what COP30. Esau have his little meetings. But this one specifically for a climate summit. As they say, let's make the earth better. But they call the Amazon rainforest the lungs of the earth. Trees is good to have trees around to help you breathe. They clean the air, so on and so forth. But he tearing it down to build a highway just to put a building there to have a summit saying, let's make the earth better and cleaner.
Ain't that a bitch? Well, he gonna charge you a carbon footprint though. He gonna make you have a carbon footprint. But right, they still gonna be yachting it up, flying on jets, and the mark mains around here gonna be assigned to a carbon allotment, for lack of a better term. But right here, and like Habakkuk said, at the end this shall speak and not lie. You don't have to wonder who this is talking about. Job chapter 20, verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. And they mention the hypocrisy of it as you just read it. But yeah, you got it out.
I read this real quick from the brother Yahweh, Revelation 11 and 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they shall be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets. Let's see. I'll go to it. Revelation 11 and 18. Just the point right here. Revelation 11 and 18, it says, and give reward unto thy servants the prophets, Revelation 11 and 18, and to the saints and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth. And that's where we at. Esau, just to build a building to talk about making the earth better, you forward and destroying the earth. Think about all those animals, those exotic, the wildlife that was running through that just to put a concrete in a building there, man. But that's why that's why things like World War III is coming. That's why it should come. But you have anything on that, Tazapah?
No, you got it out.
So the next one is Fox Weather. This came out 2 days ago as well, March 18th. It says, deadly severe weather outbreak spawns nearly 90 tornadoes in 13 states as communities begin to rebuild. Now, which people would assume this is Mother Nature, or they'll just get a credit to HARP, which everything that's, even if it is HARP and Esau, is the Lord's doing in the first place. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai is doing, but disastrous weather, so to speak, for lack of better words, is a part of the Lord's judgment as well. What that is, Isaiah 29. If a brother want to post that Baba Kashah, but I'll read the first paragraph and we can get into World War III information. But it says, damage assessments and recovery operations continue after a powerful storm system over the weekend spawned a deadly severe outbreak, a dust storm, and wildfires. And see, a lot of this stuff not even really put on the news. They'll put stuff like, did you put all in your face. Did you do your your March Madness bracket? You know, they putting March Madness in your face and stuff like that. It says at least 43 people have been confirmed dead in 8 states. So far, 43 people. It says from Texas to North Carolina. Since the disaster began to unfold on Friday, in total, NOAA's Storm Prediction Center said it has received more than 1,000 storm reports associated with the event. You know, so that's another thing that's going on, which again, that's the Lord's doing. It's about to be many different things like that the Lord gonna do leading up to bigger plagues coming. You know, the scripture says how the Lord did those Hamites who was in the land, that he took them out bit by bit. You know, it was little bit by bit little things here to make, you know, a couple more people struggle, and then, you know, this side of the earth burn and this side flood and earthquakes and turn. Man, 90 tornadoes.
I know. Just imagine hurricane season this year. It's gonna be scary.
Man.
Most High used tempest too for judgment. That's Noah.
Right. Matter of fact, I got you right here. This Isaiah 29 and verse 6. If you want to speak on it, it says, Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
Yeah, and that speaks for itself. That's how the Lord visits people. All right. And all of those things are vicious, you know, deadly. Earthquakes are deadly, you know, great noise, you know, thunder, the storms. Storms are scary. The tempest, like a hurricane, a tornado, typhoons would be tempest. All right. Storms of wind. All right. And the flame of devouring fire. All right. Most High gave these devils the knowledge of the do, directed energy weapons. And he burning shit up left and right. You know, but this is the judgment of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right. Esau gets no credit. That's why the Most High he's setting this up just to discredit this goddamn devil. All right. He's allowing this man to get all this puff hype, this build up. Oh, this man's so bad. He can't be touched. He can't be this, and then the Most High gonna destroy him. All right. But right, that's more of the Lord's judgment that's coming. It was fires in, and ain't that crazy? Fires and tornadoes in the Carolinas. I believe specifically South Carolina. You know, been on fire. The brother Elder Menatazak said he seen the smoke, but he good. You know, but yeah, Esau he been at it. He been at it. It's not gonna be in your media. You got to do the digging. You know, but go ahead,
That's it. So we can hop into the wars and rumors of war segment of the lesson, and we'll start with Elder Ariala in Dallas. He had did when this was 2 days ago, algo, World War III algo update, and we got a couple things because with this World War III happening, and I will have Matthew 24 on deck. Matter of fact, but with World War III happening, as Yahweh Shai prophesied about it, one of the things that was going to happen in the end of the world with World War III, nation against nation, it was going to be uproars of the people as well. So that's what we also seeing because of these, rumors of wars, infightings, disagreements, can't agree, on a peace treaty, whatever it may be. So we'll let Elder Ariala speak on it first. We'll play a couple minutes of it, and then we'll get into this video as well. That good video, Jimmy Dory, or Door. But let me see.
Yeah, I believe it's Door.
It's Door Khan.
But I could be wrong, but I believe it is Door. But anyway, yeah, I actually did a lamb back on this algo update, the World War III algo update. Some good stuff in there. But yeah, you got it out.
All right, Khan. Should I'll get it and throw it in the chat too. But so he about to play this video. This is El Dariala, and all this in the description box.
Either way, it's doing nothing but fermenting war. This is when the scriptures talk about wars and rumors of wars. And yeah, right now you have this ceasefire agreement that's supposed to have been going on where basically Hamas frees these Israeli hostages that they apparently have, and then there's supposed to be food routes and aid opened up in the Gaza Strip so people can be taken care of in Gaza. Well, none of this stuff is happening, and so Benjamin Netanyahu took it upon himself to go ahead and start firing on Gaza. But even before that, because these Yemeni Houthi rebels that are right there on the coast in the Gulf, they're able to stop ships from coming in and out there. So they're saying, okay, well, y'all not going to open up aid for the Palestinians, then we're not going to allow your ships to come through here. We're going to see your ships as enemy vessels and attack them as they try to cut through here. And basically, Trump stood up for the small hats and bombed targets in Yemen that are associated with the Houthi rebels, right? So now you have active military action from America jumping in on the behalf of the small hats, which goes back to what we read about there in Jeremiah the 49th chapter, where the least of the flock is drawing things out, man.
They don't really look like they're all that hated, but nonetheless, Trump says that they're hated by the Yemeni people, all emanate from and are created by Iran. And he has Iran in all caps. So here we go. War with Iran. Wind down war with Ukraine and war with Russia so that we could just go into war with Iran. So smart. Any further attack or retaliation by the Houthis will be met with great force, and there is no guarantee that the force will stop there. Iran has played the innocent victim of rogue terrorists from which they've lost control, but they haven't lost control. They're dictating every move, giving them the weapons, supplying them with money and highly sophisticated military equipment, and even so-called intelligence. Every shot fired by the Houthis will be looked upon.
And the thing is, too, and I don't know if the elder may say it, but I don't know if he may say it in this portion that I'm playing, but like you had those, as they would call them, terror IST groups, like the Houthis. Who else they got? The Tazapar.
Shit,
what they call them? The Axel of
Hamas, Hezbollah. All this, them the main three cliques.
What's the name for them? The Axel of
Oh, that's the shit. The
let me see.
I forget.
Let me see. Axel of. I'll look it up. I'll try to look it up. I forget. I know we talked about it before.
Yeah, we had mentioned it.
Matter of fact, I'm looking it up as we speak. Let me see.
It's probably last year.
Axis of Resistance.
Okay.
Yep, okay. That's what it is. Yep.
I knew it was something to do with defense, but I couldn't call it. So resistance.
Con. Yeah, so I'm reading, but so that's what it is. And again, these groups are backed by Iran. And the thing is that if America continue to follow Israel in retaliation with these certain groups, then that's going to try Iran hand and get Iran to hop in. I think on that Jimmy Dore video, he was going into, or maybe it was on that same video, but a video that he played of Scott Ritter. I think Scott Ritter said how Iran and Russia impact together, which we know that according to prophecy as well. But that means then if America try to jump in and help Israel retaliate against these groups, then Iran will be forced to jump in, then Russia will be forced to jump in. So it could lead somewhere. And again, we notice the MOTB got to come as well and all that, but that's also happening behind the scenes too.
Yeah, they just entered into treaty. Russia and Iran just entered in. Now they already had, a camaraderie of sorts, but yeah, they just struck another treaty, a military, with just what you said. So yeah, it's confirmed and consolidated that Russia is going to back Iran.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what video that was on. I saw it. I forget who said that.
I'll play a little bit more of this one. And
But that's actually what I went into yesterday, Ezekiel 38, in my lamb back. But yeah, that's what time we're in. All right. Russia is being prepared. They're about to go forth with all their armies. All right. Now, they went forth into Ukraine, but they ain't went forth with all their armies into Ukraine. Russia pretty much been using the C and B list. You know, they've been reserving their top string. But when America make the mistake to start going at Iran, you're gonna see Russia come forth. All right. They gave that show of force last year. They came up to the coast, up to Cuba. Some of a little Navy fleet or whatever of destroyers, their battleships.
Mhm.
So yeah, Russia's ready. Iran been knowing this was coming. They ready. And everybody's talking. Like I said, the people that's in the know saying that this whore, Babylon, America does not want that smoke. And that's what all of them, Americans saying that the U.S. military do not want that smoke. And that's just with Russia and Iran. And we know that China is going to get involved from prophecy. And that spells one toasted ass continent. That's what all that spells out. But I'm going to let you hear it from the white folks. You got it, brother. What you got?
Kind of got a real quick one, because as you're saying, this is the spirit that everybody in right now. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong. And that's what we're seeing. All nations are focused right now on war, man. You know, building a military, gathering unto the weak gathering to the strong nations, strong nations supplying, smaller nations with missiles or military, artillery, whatever it may be. But this is the spirit, and not just that, but according to other prophecies, it's war, but it's focused on America and Israel together and against everybody else. And we actually see that playing out. And as these videos gonna show, according to prophecy, that Israel, the reason America was gonna go to war, because Israel was gonna drag them into it. They was gonna drag them into it. And we seeing that play out, man. And it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, and thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I just read verse 12 too, and we can go back. And let the heathen be awakened and come down to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, or Jehoshaphat.
Yeah, come up.
Oh, so like it come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, or Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh's judgment. It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
That's right.
So we seeing that play out. You got
on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You know, they say the war drums beating.
Oh man,
from this point forward as being
Come.
Oh, you got it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
shot fired from the weapons and leadership of Iran, and Iran would be held responsible and suffer the consequences, and those consequences will be dire, says Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. Are we going to war with Iran on behalf of Israel? Because how does it benefit the United States for us to go to war with Iran? What is in it for me if we go to war with Iran? Would you even notice, besides the fact that our kids are being sent off to die in Iran for Israel? Does that make sense to anybody here? Is this America first? Is this what Donald Trump was elected on? Because I'm pretty sure it was to end wars, not to escalate them. But this is the last war in the great wars that Israel's trying to fight. They started off with, they wanted a war with Iraq. They got one. They wanted a war with Syria. They just stopped. Look what happened. Now there's a slave market in Libya. Somalia, Sudan, You didn't even know we were in Somalia and Sudan, right? I mean, none of us really even knew. That one went under the radar. But the United States actually sent in military and have been doing.
You see, and so you have all of these regional conflicts. And when they talk about these ceasefire agreements, we all know that it's a bunch of BS. But and we know Iran is scheduled to jump in this thing. You know what I'm saying? We get frustrated with Iran because it's like they're sitting with their, they're sitting on their hands and allowing their Muslim brothers to get smacked. But eventually, the Most High is going to put the spirit on them to have to fight back. Right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15.
I'll let the elder go into this too real quick, because we go eventually have to see this, that these as they would call them Palestinian nations, right? Out of the Muslim nations, they eventually go come together and fight with each other against America and Israel.
Yeah, like you saying,
28.
and we seeing it. That was it. I'm just saying, you just said we seeing these things play out. Go ahead.
Come.
To get smacked, but eventually the Most High is going to put the spirit on them to have to fight back. Right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 28. It says, "Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble." So you're going to have Ishmael all across the Middle East fighting each other and fighting, people on both sides. Currently, you have a situation in Syria that's completely chaotic, where they have ousted Bashar al-Assad and in their regime. You have a terrorist organization groomed out of Afghanistan and Iraq, war-torn, ready to rock, ready to fight, have been in Syria fighting. They've taken over. Right now, they're killing Christians and different sects of there's a different opposing Muslim sects. So the Shia Muslims are all over the place. Okay, these different Sunni sects that have been set up by the Mossad, have been set up by CIA. They're running rampant. You have Turkey that's trying to make sure that the Kurds don't basically get stirred up over there in Syria and different areas. Okay. They're going nuts. Not to mention everything going on in Lebanon with Hezbollah. They've been decimated by the state of Israel and opened up. We're speaking about the Palestinians in Gaza right now. That's another set. All this going on. What these Houthi rebels that are in Yemen? There's opposing governments there. We don't know how Saudi going to react because they're trying to make their bread. Okay. So all of this is going on, and the scripture said that this is how it would be with Ishmael, right? This is the prophecy of Ishmael. Genesis 16:11 says, "An angel of the Lord said unto her," all right, talking about Hagar, "Behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man, and his hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of his brethren." All right, so out of Ishmael, you had, I believe he ended up having 12 kids or something similar to that. All these kids that came out of Ishmael, and they've set themselves up all across, Africa and what's called the Middle East, and, even all the way up to Persia and different parts of that Southern European / Asian bloc. Okay, you have this mix where Ishmael's all in his region, and his hand is against every man, bro. So we got all of these different conflicts that are breaking out. And we know what it's going to lead to. We know what it's going to lead to, the war of Armageddon. We'll get that scripture here in a second. And we're seeing it all continuously manifest. We'll play a little bit more of this and go to the next clip.
Doing military operations.
I know he was going to go back into it. I read verse 31, 2nd Ezra 15 and 31. It says, "And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in their great power to persecute them." And it goes on. But we can go ahead and play a little bit of this video. Advertiser Paul, do you have anything before we move on?
No, because it's like hand in hand. Them two videos, they go hand in hand. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna let you cook.
Nah, shit. Hey, you got it.
Dave Smith knows.
Well, so this is from the Jimmy Dore show. and it was put out 6 hours ago, fresh off the presses. And it says Trump's Israel first flip flop on attacking Yemen. Now, and the thing is, Trump was so America first. Now he in office and he's following the script. Now it's looking like he's Israel first. Israel and pro elites.
No, you good, brother. I was just gonna say it's so much you can unpack, man, with this administration and what's going on right now. But go ahead.
Yeah, it don't even feel real. Like the Truman Show. Like it's, just character.
Yeah, that's what's going on. That's really what's going on. It's a show. It's a show, man. And Gerald Celente, he got another one of his phrases, quotes, is that politics is just show business for ugly people. They up there to give you a show, keep you entertained, and null and void while they take over the world. And that's what's been going on my whole life. The life of my parents, life of my grandparents, until the Lord raised up this Holy Spirit, it would not have been done about it. At least as from an Israelite standpoint, But yeah, man, if it wasn't for Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, we'd be through. Cause we don't have a leg to stand on as the status quo. But right, we got Yahweh Shai, our Lord, to come and even. Now he ain't even gonna level the playing field. He gonna give us a disadvantage. All right, cause we've been at such a disadvantage for the past 400 years. So, right, the Lord gonna come fix all this shit. But go ahead,
Come. Now I was just looking through the comments, man. Everybody knows Israel. Everybody point a finger at Israel.
Everybody. Well, I'm gonna let you play the video, but yeah, people ain't. But yeah. But yeah, people waking up. I say that people are waking up. That spell that Trump got on the U.S. populace, that's about to that shit about to wear off. So everybody's talking about him flip-flopping.
You want me to finish playing it?
Oh yeah.
All right, come.
I'm waiting on you. You got it.
I know, and now you. I'm not going to go fight it. That's what's happening.
Matter of fact,
and that's Mr. Anti-War.
I read this that he was going into real quick, and then I let him get down. So this from Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I know she a face that they put out there often in front of the American people. She is.
Yeah, that's a good quote. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. But go ahead.
She was so pro-Trump and pro, she Republican. So she bleed red, white, and blue, and stars and stripes. But now she's seeing how everything playing out that Trump in office. And this is what she had to say. She says, I have not heard a single American say they want another war in the Middle East or anywhere else. Not one. All I've heard is a loud cry demanding our government and its leaders put America first. So she's like, the whole time we've been told America first, drill, baby, drill. But she said, I don't support going to war on behalf of other countries, mainly talking about Israel, but she really can't say Israel. It says, I support peace and fixing our own massive problems for our own people. It's literally my job, U.S. representative. So people ain't feeling it no more. They seeing it. And this is the beginning. This is the beginning. And this now see why, like in Job 20 says, when he think he about to fill his belly, start that new world order, he gonna be in straits, talking about Esau, these elites, because people are starting to wake up and they ain't having it no more. Even the so-called people in the government.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
You are Mr. Hey, we can do this.
Hit it about half. Hit it about halfway.
Okay, Khan. Salakia. You did say that. That's me. That's on me.
Trump's promises of being an anti-interventionist,
I mean, like
ending the war,
halfway
getting us out of
in the video.
Oh, okay, Khan. I got you.
Yeah. Khan. Well, go forward a little bit.
It's cool if I just get it before like Scott Ritter, when Scott Ritter about to come on.
Yeah, let's Scott. Yeah, Scott. Put on Scott.
Yeah, because they both was cooking. Yeah, we got to.
Yeah, you got to go. Yeah, you got to play Scott.
Y'all got to listen to it. There's some good stuff. There's some good stuff, man.
As Dave Smith says, anybody who wants a war with another war is your enemy. And here's what Scott Ritter has to say. Scott Ritter has to say about Donald Trump and his stupid adventure in Yemen. Listen to this.
Well, I mean, first of all, let's the American people need to know that the Houthi of Yemen have been in war with the America via proxy.
Oh, let me slow it down. I had it just a little sped up.
Since 2014. The Saudi Arabian Air Force using aircraft provided by the United States of America, dropping bombs provided by the United States of America, bombs targeted by the intelligence provided by the United States of America.
The same thing Israel's doing in Gaza, Saudi Arabia was doing in Yemen. So we give them the money, we give them the bombs, we give them all the things. They go slaughter the people in Gaza. Same thing. That's what Saudi Arabia has been doing since 2014 in Yemen. And again, this is all about natural resources, natural gas and oil. That's what this is all about. And so there, and then the United States was assisting, not only that, providing the airplanes and the bomb, but also assisting in intelligence and targeting Saudi Arabia to wipe out the Yemeni people. Here we go.
Been pummeling Yemen for a decade, and Yemen hasn't blinked. The United States got involved in, participating in these attacks last year, or even for over a year now. We've been in a quasi war with the Houthi because the Houthi are very principled people, and they said we will not stand by idly while genocide is taking place. The Palestinian people of Gaza must be allowed access to humanitarian goods. The blockade must be lifted, and until which time those conditions are met, we will prevent Israeli shipping from transiting through the Red Sea into the Port of Eilat. And they succeeded in shutting down the shipping. The port went bankrupt. The Israeli economy was devastated. Now, this is a Houthi action against the Israelis, and America stuck its nose in it. And then America said, no, you can't do this. You have to cease your blockade. And the Houthi said, stick it in your ear. And we started bombing them. Terrible bombs, according to Trump. I mean, my God, what? Because Donald Trump ordered a bomb that blows up with greater explosive force than the bomb that was dropped under Biden? Trump is an idiot. I hate to say that, and my wife is going to be very mad at me for saying this, but this is the kind of stupidity that a chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has said, Mr. President, stop.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. This.
Yeah.
But now that's it.
Cease and desist.
I'm letting him get busy.
Has to do an intervention and say, please don't do this. You are making us look stupid. You're putting us in a bad situation. And it's unbecoming of the commander-in-chief to speak in this fashion about conflict when American lives are on the line. Treat the Americans with respect, at least. Use words that impart the dignity of the service they are giving you instead of treating it like a childish video game. Mr. President, shut up. And that's what he needs to do. Shut up. If you're going to drop bombs, drop bombs. But quit pretending that because you're Donald Trump, the earth shakes greater because you dropped the damn bomb than somebody else. The bomb blows up, and you know who doesn't care? The Houthi. They don't give a damn, Mr. President. They're going to kick your ass just like they kicked everybody's ass because you can't follow through. All you can do is drop bombs. And your bombs won't stop them from firing missiles. And then you want to now threaten the Iranian people the same way. It isn't going to work, Mr. President. And what's going to happen are one of two things. One, you're going to look foolish because you're going to have to back down when your Secretary of Defense says we can't escalate any further without putting 700,000 boots on the ground. That's a major invasion that will cause the entire region to blow up. Oil prices will spin out of control and your economy will crash and you're finished, Mr. President. You're done. Everything you're trying to do, the American people will not tolerate $120 oil because they can't economically. All the changes you're making are predicated upon a foundation of economic stability. Mr. President, you can't bomb these people into submission. There's a video of a Houthi fighter going out to recover the body of his friend. The man's wearing sandals. He's got his little dish dash on, not body armor. He's not dressed like an American commando and all this kind of stuff. And he's running with his body through enemy fire. You see the bullets kicking all around him. They're trying to get, and he keeps running in the desert under fire with a body on his shoulders, and he recovers his friend. That's who we're fighting. We can make fun of them. We can use all the derogatory terms we want. They wear sandals. They do this. They do that. They do this. They're the toughest people in the world when it comes to fighting in that area of the world, and we are not going to beat them.
Why don't you own an apartment?
Yeah, and why does
Esau.
And why does that plan? And that's even something he said, because when you think about it, when Esau really tried to go, I think it's where they try to go and they never could. Afghanistan, is it? That they could.
What happened now?
I know it's somewhere that every time, or really any nation's military, whoever, but try to go into, I believe it's Afghanistan or one of those nations over there. Anyway, the point I was about to make, what I ad was playing, I'm gonna let them get back to it. But yeah, the Lord got them skilled in that part of the world and fighting. It reminded me of, you know, how in the scriptures it says that we was the people of the mountains, and when we came down to, you know, the plain, that we couldn't fight, you know, but the people knew about us fighting a certain part of the earth. But still, you know, the point I was thinking about, the Lord still had us. But what he said right here is that we fighting tough people, and especially in that part of the earth, they very skilled in what they doing, man. And these Americans, they still drunk and blinded off the old American military, the ones from the 80s and, you know, 60s, and you know, the right. Old American military who had people in fear. The people ain't in fear no more. People not, this little organization, little groups, people not in fear no more, man. But I'll let them go. Salakia.
I got a precept too, right quick, because I was thinking about that, and I was I'm gonna go right quick, real quick. This Isaiah 47. I'm going to start from the top, verse 1. All right, Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, which is America, all right, today. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, all right. Trump strutting around like a peacock, like he the king of Babylon. Scriptures say there is no throne, all right. And the world is seeing that. But now the people in America need to wake up. There is no throne. America is calling no shots. 0 shots are called in America. Trump went to get a ceasefire with Russia. Shit, I wish I could have heard that phone call. Because Putin had to tell him, "Are you crazy?" You know, trying to get a ceasefire on behalf of Zelensky. And the Ukrainians, really the Ukrainians. Because if Joe Biden was still in office, that shit would still be going on. You know, until we went bankrupt here in America. You know, so all that running around trying to boss people around, be the world police, all that shit is done. All right? Oh, we gonna get you a ceasefire. When all Russia been talking about was peace and never got it. And then as he achieved victory, you gonna come and ask for, who the fuck does that? He need to go and take over all Ukraine and then Poland and then the rest of Europe. He need to go on a real offensive. They calling him all kind of demons and devils. He need to show him what a real offensive is. Because up until now, he's just been defending the homeland. You know, but that's that. But the point here is there is no throne. All right. Trump ain't calling no shots. You know, we know that the orders are coming down from the elite. But all that American and you know, white supremacy, American supremacy, them days are done. All right. So it said, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right. Nobody really want to get down with America no more. They done seen the sluttiness of this whore. They done seen the vile filth of this bitch. You know, they say, oh no, that's hell no, that whore. At one time, this is the golden city. Now Nah, shit, hell no, I pass. People going back to where they from, you know? People going back. That's how bad America has gotten.
And Americans wish they
People
could
used to
leave.
come over here to flee oppression. Now the oppression is causing the oppression here is causing people to flee. But what you say,
Nah, I just said, and Americans wish they could leave.
man, if I wasn't for this truth, man, I'd be gone. I don't give a damn what I have to do to get out this bitch. But Isaiah 47 verse 2, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And this is a promise from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. He will take vengeance, and he will not meet this devil as a man. All right? He's coming in the full glory of his majesticness. And it's going to be nasty. That, I don't want no part of that smoke. But the point that I want to bring out when it says, you know, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Then it says in verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. And that's what you're saying. You know, like you said, people still think the military still got, it's that same military, but really the U.S. military hadn't won a war. And you want to say World War II? Well, that was a joint effort. But any um, incursion, or for lack of a better term, that America tried to take on its own, America ain't number one. They didn't win in Vietnam. Shit, they didn't win in Afghanistan here recently. There's a lot of, yeah, but this is being seen now, and that's my point. All right, you can go back and do the research yourself and see that if it ain't Esau, the U.S. military's power is in the air and the missiles and bombs. That's it. All right, they don't have a boots on the ground that's worth a fuck to deal with them spitsnats or even them wild boars, them Ishmaelites. Hand to hand, shit, I wouldn't fuck with Ishmael. Them some tough ass motherfuckers. They tough, you know. They tough. They live that desert life, man. You can't live that. You got to be tough to live that desert life. You know, people talk about thug life and all. No, nigga, go take your ass to the desert. And I heard, you know, from people that was over there, Afghanistan, it's like 120 degrees on average. That's desert life. But anyway, it's being exposed that America is no more tender and delicate. The military ain't shit. The money ain't shit. People fleeing the money. People ain't scared of the military, as you brought out. Let the weak say I'm strong because the skirt has been lifted. You know, that's hell no. They ain't scared of this place no more. So America doesn't have anything going for it right now. Just a puppet head that can put on a good show and keep you entertained while they continue to rob your ass. All right, it's a lot of shit going on. It's a lot of shit going on. That oh and I'm gonna just throw this out there right quick. And we spoke on this a couple of weeks back. I brought it up. Gerald Salente had forecast .com bust. All right, and this was with when the NVIDIA, the NVIDIA thing came out, and so he predicted a .com bust. Gerald Salente. All right, well, I just saw a video, and this is take it with a grain of salt, but some anonymous person put 350 something million on Bitcoin to go under. So Gerald might be right after all, and that's all I'm gonna say, might. So we know a financial crash is coming. What better way than through Bitcoin? So it's just something to look for. But it's a lot going on, man. People, these senators, congressmen, stealing money through FEMA and these other nonprofits that's supposed to be helping people in Carolina, the Carolinas helping people over in the West Coast. And these politicians who get paid ridiculous, already, you know, living lovely, they stealing money from people who need it. You know, and people still here, like you showing that right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
They won't do shit here in America unless George Soros tell them to and organize some shit and tell them, y'all go protest. They won't do shit grassroots. And say, man, I'm sick of this fucking shit. Enough is enough. But anyway, man, that was the point. America is being exposed on so many levels. All right. And everybody, and this is coming, like I said, you know, earlier. Well, you just heard Scott. You just heard Scott said you're going to get your ass kicked. He said, but, right, you will. That's coming from another Edomite.
There's two witnesses, too.
And witnesses. That's exactly right.
Him and Zelensky, as you said.
Two witnesses. But yeah, Khan, brother. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Not so like I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. No, that was it.
All right, Khan. Yeah, I got about a little bit left of this video, and but again, as they were going into how people around the world are tired, man, and that's also a part of what Yahweh Shai said as end time prophecy, along with these wars and rumors of wars, it was going to be uproars of the people, and that's what we're seeing. But we'll get to that here in a few. I'll play a couple more minutes of this video.
Khan.
So remember what Donald Trump said, not in 2015. Sheldon Adelson is looking to give big dollars to Marco Rubio because he feels he can mold him into his perfect little puppet. Well, that's exactly what happened to Donald Trump. Sheldon Adelson's wife gave him $100 million and molded him into this little puppet, and now he's doing the bidding of the Adelsons.
Real quick,
Benjamin Netanyahu, AIPAC.
Real quick, Colonel Douglas McGregor said exactly the same thing. All right. And you can go on Judge Napolitano. So you just saw Scott Ritter. He was on Judge Napolitano. Now go check out Colonel McDouglas on Judge Napolitano, Judging Freedom. All right. And he said the exact same thing, that Trump is indebted to his the lobby. He said the lobby. That was his words. So he said Trump is indebted to the lobby. The lobby is AIPAC. All right, American Israeli Public Affairs Committee. And they the ones that's calling the shots. You know? Now, people waking up, but Kanye came out and said this shit, and y'all ostracized that man. And that's all coming out. And I wonder, was he part of the psyop? So he came out and said, it's all the Jews. And really, he just said they running the shit. And they went after him for that. But anyway, brother, go ahead. That's a good point right there.
Come.
And the Zionists. That's what this is. That's what this all, the war about with Iran, the war with Yemen, Gaza. This is all about him being a puppet. And he's doing it. And we all thought he was going to come in and lay down the law, and he's not. He's not. And Marjorie Taylor Greene sees it. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I have not heard a single American say they want another war in the Middle East or anywhere else. Not one. And let me tell you another thing. Iran just signed a treaty with Russia. So if the United States attacks Iran, it's going to be as if they attacked Russia. So this is,
okay,
again,
so
what
that
we
was
said,
it,
World War III is going to start.
That was it. That so yeah, Jimmy Dore said it. You got it.
Con. You want to continue or you want to move on?
All right, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Because I know we're about to hit that like 11.5 minute mark, and because
Yeah, you can let it ride.
we wanted a few anyway,
Yeah, you can let it ride.
All right, con.
Start in the Middle East if Trump keeps going along with his Israel first policy, and that's what he's going to get himself stuck in. He's going to get us in World War III, and your kids are going to go fight it. I'm not going to go fight it. That's what's happening. And that's Mr. Anti-War, Mr. Hey, we can do this with a phone call. You don't have to drop bombs. So when Joe Biden was dropping 1,000 bombs on Yemen, he was critical of it.
Good.
Now
I just wanted to hit that point.
Okay, con.
Yeah, I just wanted to hit that point. Con,
that's a bet. But again, and I'm gonna get a precept here in a few because of something Yahweh Shai said, and that's exactly, man. We seeing these things, and it's only gonna get worse from here. It's just the beginning. Matter of fact, can brothers put 2 Ezra 9 also in there? That's what I'm thinking about too. Uproars of the people. But real quick, this is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." And what is this about? It's Yahweh Shai. The disciples asked him, verse 3, Matthew 24:3. "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?" And the things that they was talking about when Yahweh Shai told them, ain't no stone of that temple that was bragging or, so in awe about, eventually it's going to be destroyed. So they was like, tell us when that's going to happen, which he was talking about 70 AD. But that's not the only thing they asked about. It says, tell us when shall these things be? It says, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So some of these things is 70 AD, which could happen in these times, but some of these prophecies for the end times in our time. Verse 6, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." Just the beginning. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows," man. Let me see if my brother got that 2 Ezra 9.
yeah, I would have put it up.
Okay, Kanye, that brother, he be on it. It says 2 Ezra 9:1, "And he answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself." Now, when you go in 2 Ezra chapter 8 and around like verse 61, maybe, Ezra said, "Lord, you showed me everything that was going to happen at the end of the world." He said, "But exactly what time? You ain't tell me that. Like, so what time is going to happen?" Ezra wanted to know the year, the date, but the Lord, the response is 2 Ezra 9:1, when he said, he answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself. When thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." So these are some of the things to take notice of, to know we at the end. Verse 3, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes," and we see that in California. I know Elder Tazapah and myself, we touched on it a couple of times in multiple lessons, how it was like 1,000+ earthquakes within 24 hours on the West Coast. And it says earthquakes, but this what else? "And uproars of the people in the world." So once we start seeing these things, it says, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before, even from the beginning." And now we're seeing them be fulfilled. So what's come out of this, America and Israel, dropping bombs. Trump, he gave a call to drop bombs. Oh, not bombs. Missiles. Certain missiles over there in Gaza. But because of how as they say, the Palestinian people being treated, so they had this thing called, and it's from newarab.com, and this was put out yesterday, March 19th. It says, "Pro-Palestinian protesters pour out in cities worldwide, uproars of the people in the world worldwide for Global Day of Action." So you had this Global Day of Action. It says, "A Global Day of Action brought out thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters to the streets of cities around the world Tuesday as they demanded an end to the detention of Muhammad Khalil and arms embargo following Israel's recent military assault on Gaza and an end to U.S. airstrikes on Yemen. It says U.S. President Donald Trump has encouraged these actions, vowing that Khalil's arrest will be the first of many to come, approving Israel's Ramadan massacre. So see Trump and America all with it. The Ramadan massacre
Yep.
on Gaza.
Damn. Damn. Same tactic they used against the Maccabees. You know,
Man,
attack when they fasting.
Yup.
Yeah, you dealing with the same. These are the Edomites. This is the last head of the 5 heads. You had 5 heads.
Man,
the Greeks, the Romans, Germania Major, Germania Minor, 7 heads. I'm sorry, it's 5. 7 heads. All right. Greece, Rome, Germania Major, Germania Minor, Spain, France, and Britain. All right. America is a vassal state of Britain. A vassal state that's subservient somehow to Israel. So the way you make that work, because I know the way I said it doesn't make sense. It ain't supposed to make sense, but the way you make it make sense, as they say, is you told the common denominator is the small hats. And then that's how it makes sense. All right, because the headquarters of the world banking is in London. And the head bankers are small hats. So that's your Britain connection, that's your US connection, and then that explains why BB is doing what he's doing, which none of it makes sense. All right. It won't make sense unless you understand prophecy. All right, because it's illogical. What the US is doing, what Israel is doing, is illogical. All right. Trump went to go plead for a ceasefire as if Putin don't know he's still sending weapons to Ukraine, allowing them access to satellites. Yeah, Putin knows that. But again, that's illogical. How you gonna ask for peace, but you're gonna continue to send weapons? It's illogical. But what Trump is doing is why, I give Scott Ritter his props. It's like, yeah, if you're gonna drop bombs, drop a motherfucking bomb. And quit playing goddamn games. We know what it is. At Great Millstone, it's gonna be a woe. That's why I kicked this lesson off. Revelation 11 and 14. It's gonna be a third woe. But here in Babylon, you gotta be PC, you gotta be politically correct, and we got, we just gonna have and like the lady said, what was that lady name? You had mentioned her name earlier. But she had mentioned Sudan and Somalia. I didn't know. She said that nobody know. I didn't know.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, not her. The dark-skinned lady that was. Yeah, I know Marjorie. That's the blonde-haired chick. But the one that was speaking when the thing came on. But she said that. And what was she saying? That I lost my point. But yeah, man. Anyway, this American empire is crumbling. And the sooner the better. But yeah, you got it out.
Lord willing to come back to you.
Yeah, she was saying, the hell was she saying?
And what video was it?
Yeah, that was the Jimmy Dore, I believe. Yeah, at the beginning.
Mm,
I believe at the beginning.
I
Wasn't
don't
no
know.
woman on there.
Nah, it was just her.
Well, which one did? Oh no, I'm sorry. That was Elder Ariala.
Oh, Kim
Yeah,
Iverson.
yeah, that's her. Yeah, I know
Kim
you had
Iverson.
called her name earlier,
Khan.
but I forgot the point though. Yeah, her, Kim Iverson. She had made a point when you had first kicked the video on.
Let me see.
But it ain't important.
Khan.
Wars. And yeah,
Khan. Yeah, I'll play this quick video just to show. It says pro-Palestinian pro. If it come back to you, Zaquan, just let me know.
Yeah, come on.
But this is one from 1 day ago. And again, a lot of this stuff ain't put on the news. You know, they don't put this on what's going on
Oh, that
around
was
the
the
world.
point. Yeah, that was the point. Yeah, we don't know about it.
Oh, Khan, hey,
They
call
don't put it in the news. You know, she mentioned Somalia and Sudan. I didn't know it was a campaign in those countries. Then I actually went and tried to look it up. Nothing. It took me back like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But see, this place is done, man. This place is done. They keeping secrets, stealing money, the rich stealing from the poor. Man, yeah, we need Robin. Where Robin Hood at? We need a Robin Hood in this bitch. But yeah, go ahead.
Rich stealing from the poor, rich stealing from the rich.
Yeah, they steal from each other. Yeah, you better believe it.
Oh, and then that's another thing too, other times apart how
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
now just like the Roman Empire, how it became a point to they had a strong military, but eventually at the end they would spread too far, and that weakened them. America the same way. Look, they in
That's just the exact same thing. That's right.
they
Yep.
everywhere. Everybody plays like it's saying Habakkuk the second chapter when that was according to these times when Esau was gonna rule the characteristics of how he was going to run his empire and take over the world, go in everybody's land and set up shop and take everything they got. That's what we seeing. But now eventually, not ain't eventually anymore. People are tired of that now, man. But this says pro-Palestinian protests erupt worldwide. Put out a day ago from TRT World. Yeah, it's gonna play and it's gonna get the names where they at in the earth. In other words, this Salaki, so indirectly, this the whole world rising up against Esau. Kind of
right.
Because if you pro-Palestinian, then you against what Israel and America is standing on. And then, come on, man. So, hey, this really a world protest against the American and the Israel, the small hat Edomites, man. Indirectly. Yeah, man.
Hey, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And
Mm-hmm.
get this, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that laded himself with thick clay. See, don't, and as it stay up in verse 2, man, well, verse 3. Ain't the vision speaking right now?
Man,
Can't you just see that as I was reading it? Can't you see it?
man,
Because that's we in the time of the fulfilling of the prophecies. You will see Yahweh Shah here soon. Because he is the final fulfillment. Yahweh Shah is the final fulfillment. Or he has to finalize prophecy. All right. He is the author and finisher of our faith. He's also the author and finisher of prophecy, because he is the word. So you gonna see him, because he got, just like he said, you read the gospels, think not that I'm come to destroy the law or the prophets. I come not to destroy, but to fulfill. Meaning he had to fulfill the things written about him and establish the law at the same time. So it's still prophecies. I just read one. I just read Isaiah 47. The Lord got to meet these devils as a, well, not, the Lord, he got to come back in his glory and get down. All right. So we see everything else. Why the Lord not gonna crack them clouds? Sinetta. Here, you missed the scripture now. Why the Lord ain't gonna, we seeing everything else. The scriptures are clearly speaking in the end. So yeah, the only thing left to do now is wait for Yahweh. Do this work and wait for Yahweh shot. We ain't got nothing else to do. What the scripture tell us? Ecclesiastes 12 and 12, 12 and 13. All right. The whole duty of man is to fear the Lord, keep his commandment, not go punch a goddamn clock, not make sure your boo is straight.
right.
The whole duty of man is to fear Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and keep his commandments. All right. So all we got to do is do this work. Yeah, you got to go to work, you pay your bills. That yeah, then you can get by without it, but you're not gonna get by without doing this work and without faith. Because faith without works is dead. So yeah, we getting ready to see Yahweh shot. And it's gonna be hell to pay for those in charge. All right. And we know who that is, but the whole world, all the people that he's tried to subjugate and oppress, yeah, around the world, they rising up. Enough is enough. They sick of this devil. All right. And that's just one scripture. But yeah, they taking up a parable against him, you know. That's one chant, free Palestine. But yeah, people are tired of Esau, the so-called white man. And you got it, brother.
No, that's it. And again, it says millions rise up against the World Economic Forum in Serbia. So against these elites as well was that Job chapter 20. Right. I'll play this quick video. It's in Belgrade, Serbia, I think. Yeah, Belgrade, Serbia. Right. People protesting and so on and so forth. But that's Job 20, and it's gonna get worse as times get harder. And I know the brother Yahweh to put it in the chat how they used a sonic cannon to disperse the people. I got the video right here. Check this out. Which Esau gonna see as it be more protests. That gives Esau a reason to bring out these new digital AI, weapons that he got. That's what give him an excuse and a reason to bring it out to try. Let's see if it works. Yeah, so it says people were just standing there, they heard a loud noise and they think it was a sonic cannon, that sent that had the people, triggered and dispersed. So a lot of those
Oh
different
yeah, the
things.
brother Yahweh that did, he left in the comment in Serbia, I believe, that they use I forget what type of weapon.
Yeah, sonic weapon. Yep.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna put that in the chat. That ain't in the description box. But other than that, that's it for the segment of wars and rumors of wars. And other times of power, we don't have to spend all day on the digital part of it. We could just play a little portion of this video if you cool with that, and she could just speak on it,
Yeah, all right, come.
and we could pretty much kind of end it. But this the last segment. We'll go off on this video just to still as a reminder. This also going on behind the scenes as well. You have different nations. They or have launched a CBDC or getting ready to launch one or in a pilot stage to where they testing it out, right? But now the EU, they saying we done with the pilot stage and they revealed they CBDC launch date. So they going digital on this date if everything, the last stage get approved. So we right there. This is a major move right here. That sounds like that song with Lil Wayne and Lord. But it says World Affairs, the EU accelerates digital euro launch, reveal date of programmable digital currency rollout. And this was put out 10 days ago.
A financial reset is only a month away. Christine Lagarde, the head of the European Central Bank, announced that there is a new push to accelerate the transition to central bank digital currencies, a digital euro. She's working closely with European Council, she said, and European Commission to put in place the infrastructure that is needed to implement the CBDC. Lagarde indicated that the deadline is October of 2025. That's right, you heard it right. The deadline for a digital euro rollout is October of 2025. In fact, it is
October 2025. And look, man, that's going to be here before you know it. And they said we done with the testing out. It's about to launch. It's here. So that's going to only push America to move faster. And then you're going to see other people like Russia. Remember, Russia, I believe, they're in a pilot stage. At the time, I believe we had a map, right? Or the central bank maps or the trackers.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Of everybody
I think
developing.
I remember one.
Yep, right here.
That you showed.
Yep. So that's little map, kind of keep up with. But this is where everybody going. They're going digital. So the EU's they're starting in October 2025. I just play a little bit more. We could end it.
It is only several months away. The head of the EU Central Bank urged EU Parliament to finalize the legislative process, without which, she says, it will be impossible to roll out the digital euro. Now, this does pertain to wholesale CBDCs and retail CBDCs.
Wholesale CBDCs and retail CBDCs. That's wholesale is dealing. I think she gonna explain it, but dealing with the banks, so on and so forth. But retail is dealing with each individual person, man. Stores. So it's here.
If you're not too familiar with the difference between the two, a wholesale CBDC is used by large institutions, by large banks, by commercial enterprises to settle multi-million-dollar transactions for foreign direct investment transfers, and so on and so forth. So think large-scale financial transactions. While retail CBDCs are for consumers to make everyday purchases, to save and to invest. So here's Christine Lagarde making this important announcement. Take a look.
On your second point, I tend to share your views. Nature doesn't like vacuum. And we started working on the digital euro way back, actually when I started my term 5.5 years ago. And I'm not claiming, parentality on the digital euro because my colleague Benoît Cœuré had already committed a speech on this matter before I arrived. But I certainly carried on with that project. And subsequently, Fabio Panetta on the board and then Piero Cipollone, who has replaced Fabio, have taken the lead together with a very, very good team, which is focused on accelerating the pace and hopefully campaigning enough with all the stakeholders, meaning European Parliament, meaning European Council, meaning European Commission, so that we can eventually, not put to bed, but put to reality this digital euro. The deadline for us is going to be October of 25, and we are getting ready for that deadline, but we will not be able to move unless the other parties, the stakeholders, as I call them, Commission, Council, and Parliament, actually complete the legislative process, without which we will not be able to move. And I think it is critically important, and it seems to the agnostic or the skeptics, it seems to be more relevant and more of an imperative now than ever before, both on the wholesale and on the retail level, both.
Europe is on track to.
So it's coming, it's here. So that's with the EU, But that's pretty much it. Other Tazapa. If you had anything,
No. You can close it out.
Well, with that, Lord willing, this information, was edifying, which is, again, is a lot going on, a lot to keep up with, but, with the Lord send down, the Spirit through his prophets to bring out to the light, stay on it, but Lord willing, like I said, again, we'll be back, stay consistent with it, be back next week, if it is the next week, if something don't happen, but we'll end it right there. With that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory once again unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, and double honors as well unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all Joachim out there who pushing his word with truth and sincerity, and the water, to all y'all who tuned in, the water to y'all brothers for the precepts, beautiful precepts. But we're in it right now. Hey, until next time, shalom.
Shalom.